So right now outside it looks like this. Okay, so I have a problem, but I think that my piano and a little help from my wife has solved it. Let me explain. So I got this new keyboard. It's a Yamaha MODX8, and I've always wanted to learn how to play piano, so I decided to teach myself how to play piano. I could play a little bit. I had to learn a couple of songs when I was in sales, so this was my go-to piano song. But that was pretty much all I could play. I could play this one too. You know, since we've got this piano, every time I walk past it, I find myself playing, which is awesome. I love that. We just set this little station up here in the living room, and I probably play it 4 or 5 times a day. Every time I walk past, I felt drawn to it and want to teach myself something or learn something, or just like play random chords and see what happens. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I know this is a C major, but I still have a long way to go. But that gave my wife an idea, which was to move the studio out of the studio and put it here in the living room. We have kind of a large living room. It's 2 separate sections. I'll show you in a second, but let me show you where the studio is now. And I like the studio, but the space is kind of small and kind of confined. And this is the second place I've had it in the house, so I'll show you where I had it at first and where we've moved it to now, and now where we're about to move it. And how cool is my wife to let me put the studio in the living room. So check this out, hang on. All right, so the studio used to be in this room. Now it's a gym that I don't use. It's a great functional gym. I just should use it more often. Well, I should use it at all. Oh, and then here's the cat corner. Hey, Jojo. Yeah? What are you doing? You say hi? Oh, you like the dead mouse, do you? Let me show you where the studio is now. I know it's dark. Sorry. Wait for it. Wait for it. Don't judge me. That studio's kind of a mess. So this is where I'm working now, and it's a good space. Like it does what I need it to do. I'm not disappointed in it at all. I just find myself not coming in here very often. And honestly, when I'm in here, well, here, let me go back in there and I'll tell you. So when I'm in the studio, especially when nobody's home, it's kind of, at first I thought it would be cool because it was kind of secluded and it's my own space and all my stuff is in there, but I don't like that sequestered kind of feeling. With the photography studio, the editing suite that we have in there, I like that feeling of separation. That window, that used to be where we edited, but the problem with that is I could see it while we were in the living room trying to have family time or watching a movie or whatever, and I would look over and I would feel this really oppressive feeling that I needed to be working, and you know, I didn't like that. So we decided to renovate the 2-car garage into our photography studio, and now I'm still working from home, but it's completely separated, and so I'm not walking past it all the time and feeling like I need to be in there working, this compulsion to just keep going and keep going and keep going. I'm hoping that compulsion will translate into my recording as well. So the plan is we're gonna open up this space right here and move the desk, the editing desk part of the recording studio here. So computers, Kemper, keyboards, MIDI controllers, anything that's playable, guitars, probably the amp heads. But in that room, we're gonna leave all the cabinets, all the guitars, all the rest of the gear. And so I'll just mic things off in there. And once we get it set up, I'll show you some more. But that's kind of the plan for now. Hopefully it'll be cool. You never know. What else did I learn how to play? That one, and oh, this is one of my favorite new ones. I'll get it wrong. I'll totally screw this up. Yeah, see, it's bad. This is the part that makes me feel like I'm doing something here. And I've written some stuff as well, which is why I'm learning teaching myself how to play piano. I've got these things I can hear in my head and I want to get them out. This is how I hear it, so we'll see what happens. So anyway, hopefully I'm about to cut to a montage of us moving the studios. It's gonna be a nightmare, so see you in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna boot it all up and see if it works. We missed some power strips. Ah! It's alive! Not that. I hate that mic being up there. Slowest Pro Tools startup ever. Can you see the jumping things? Spraying. Yeah, okay. Pro Tools is just going. It's like, screw you, I'm open.
That computer boots up a little bit. It's becoming a little more.
5 years old.
It's too slow.
It's time for a brand new one. It's totally time for a new Mac.
Well, I agree, but it's going to be a minute.
We'll shift this one to the photography studio, so we'll have two in there.
Oh my Lord.
And then we'll have a big, nice
How many
iMac.
Macs does one household need anyway?
24. Let me show you this. It's killing me. Hang on. It's killing me. Oh my God. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my God, this is taking so long.
Why don't you go wander around and do something else?
Won't you? Okay, let's see what it sounds like. Up the nose shot. That's not what I'm going for. Shut up, Carrie. yeah, the microphone's right by the speaker too. It's really boomy in here. Oh, that helps. You can't handle it. I just finished mowing the yard, so I might be sweating here just a little bit. So I've had a couple of days to sit in here in the studio, listen to some of my tracks, listen to some other tracks that I use as references. And this room is different. Obviously it's a big open room. I just didn't expect it to sound so differently. So I'm gonna have to get used to that for a minute. But all in all, I really like the feel of it. It's a big open space, so I don't feel real compressed. I think that bedroom that I was using for a studio before was maybe like 12 by 13 or 13 by 15 or something like that. And I just felt like this. Plus I had all my gear, all my, the bass stacks and the guitar stacks and the little guitar amps and bookshelves, and so really there wasn't a lot of usable walk around space. Not that I need walk around, but you know what I mean. So I'm gonna spend a couple more days just getting used to the room, playing a little bit. And then I should be good to go. Everything is set up, everything's wired. I got to do some cable maintenance because there's cables galore everywhere, and so yeah, I'll do a little cable maintenance, get it all nice and tidy like I like. As far as the solo album, I've decided to shift gears a little bit, and it's kind of a bummer and it's not a bummer. The bummer is that I still can't sing. Therapy is too expensive. I can't afford it. My insurance won't cover it, which is insane. I've tried to explain to them, for the last 15 years, this is how I've made a living, and they're just like, whatever. So I don't know how to combat that, and I don't have the resources to take them to court. I just have to know that it's a bunch of bullshit and go with it. So what I've decided to do is change the album to an instrumental album. I've talked to a bunch of people who are fans, but that I also consider really close friends, and asked them about it, and they were fine with it. I feel like I'll be letting some folks down by not singing, but I'll have that one track at least, and a couple of scratch tracks, but I probably won't release them or anything. So anyway, the upside to that is I can just go in full force instrumental and get the album done. Originally I had talked about, and I'm jumping topics, sorry, it's kind of just free flow thinking, whatever, but originally I had thought about bringing in somebody to help me write lyrics and then bringing in different vocalists, and the whole idea behind this album originally was I wanted it to be all me, and not for the glory or anything like that. I just wanted to put out a product that was, what's the best way to put it, that was where my own experiences were the only influence on the music. When you bring somebody else in to help you co-write, even if they're trying to write for you, their life history and experiences are always going to color their writing, their meanings, their feelings. I don't know if that makes sense or not. I'm hoping that it does. Like the experiences you're going through right now, if they're all bad, you're going to write gloomy stuff. If everything's happy and yay, it's going to be better. And so after spending a bunch of time thinking about that, I decided I didn't really want to bring in another writer and then somebody else to sing, because then I didn't feel like the product that I was putting out was 100% me. That's the new plan. I've gone back through all of my old tracks, and a lot of them aren't really designed to be instrumental because they were written with, a vocalist in mind. So I'm not sure what to do with those. What would be great is to have that as a second project, and then bring in a band and a singer and release that as a band project, because I'm really proud of those songs. Like some of those grooves are in my opinion, are badass. So that's always a possibility. So maybe I'll get 2 projects out of this. I just won't be singing on that one. But after making this change, there's this huge burden is lifted, because it really was stressing me out trying to figure out how to write lyrics and then get my voice back strong enough, which I'm still going to do, but to get it back to the quality where I could sing an entire album's worth of material. So the way I'm looking at it now, I get to just pour myself into a guitar and piano, which is fun, release that as a project, and then maybe all of these 12 tunes that I've got, I can get together with a group of guys and I can kind of relinquish that control, which is difficult for me to do, but maybe I can relinquish that control and come up with a second project that's super cool. I don't really know. Everything's kind of fluid right now, which is cool. I think that's everything I really wanted to talk about as an update for this whole thing. I am planning on starting to not say so much. I'm planning on starting to do these vlogs more often, hopefully with a little more not just me sitting here talking, but showing you guys my writing process, the gear that I'm using, what I'm thinking when I'm writing. I'd really like to do something like a live stream. There's this piece that I've been working on piano, and I think I'd like to live stream working on it a little bit and just talk to you guys while I'm doing it and see what your thoughts are about it. And I'm not really looking for like oh, that's wonderful, oh, that's great, because that's not what I want. But you know, what do you think about this part? How do you think about the way it ties into this part? And I've never written on piano before, so that kind of insight or collaboration might be cool. Anyway, I think that's everything that I wanted to say for now. Yeah, so anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you in a couple of days.